This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Yes, thanks so much for listening. I do hope you enjoy the show. I enjoy bringing you the show. And I also enjoy the fact that this is brought to you by Green Mountain Grills. I should introduce myself before I jump into this. I'm John Solberg. I'm your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less, which is brought to you by Green Mountain Grills. And for more than 17 years, Green Mountain Grills has brought the smoke to the competition scene in backyards all over the world. Their Venturi-style firebox delivers the cleanest 150-degree smoke in the pellet game. Their newly redesigned Prime 2.0s. They blend the proven technology of the past with the technology of the future. Do you know Green Mountain Grills was the original innovator of all things Wi-Fi? They were. And they continue to give you, the user, granular options to control your grill in any environment from anywhere. They also lead the pack and accessory creations. Pizza ovens, side burners, rack systems. They got it all. Head over to greenmountaingrills.com and check out the brand new 2.0 Green Mountain Grills. That's greenmountaingrills.com. And right now, let's jump back to 2019, October-ish, and I'm going to let Greg take care of the introduction.
My first guest of the second hour, the current CEO of the Kansas City Barbecue Society. If you were at the American Royal, or most recently, the Jack Daniels this past weekend, probably saw her there all day, every day, shaking hands, kissing babies, here to talk about the number of KCBS-related topics that we have on the docket this evening is friend of the show, Emily Detweiler. Hey, Emily.
Hey, Greg. How are you?
I'm absolutely fabulous. Appreciate you joining me this evening. Are you back home finally?
I am back home. Yep, just got the kids put to bed, so ready to talk barbecue.
All right, so first things first, since we did that great exclusive announcement of you taking over the reins as CEO at KCBS, there's been a number of really big, or what we would call major, competitions that have transpired. First of which, right in your backyard, was the American Royal. So how did you find the 2019 American Royal this year?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a couple of things going on since we last spoke in August.
Yeah, right.
So the American Royal World Series of Barbecue was absolutely fantastic. You know, it's interesting to go from how hot it was at that particular contest to how rainy and cool it was at the Jack this past weekend. So just definitely difference of weather there, but great experience overall. You know, the Royal is definitely one of my favorite contests every year. It's just so fun to see everybody come together. And, you know, for me, it was a really different perspective this year because based on my past experience, I definitely had seen it more through the lens of the cook teams and the sponsors and the brands. So I certainly still had a chance to do that, but it was really fun to be able to also experience it through the lens of the judges and the reps and all of the volunteers that work just as tirelessly to bring it to life as do the teams. And, you know, even seeing how far some of the judges and the reps come, you know, from across the country and actually from different countries to come, it's just as highly coveted on both sides of the equation. So it was really fun to experience it through that lens.
Emily Detweiler joining me here on the show. Do you think that the American Royal has found a permanent home at the Speedway, or is there still a potential of their, you know, moving in a year or two or something like that?
Good question. So based on the meetings that I've had with the Royal, with their leadership team, you know, it sounds like they're very interested in staying put. I think they, you know, every year continue to find some different things to fine tune, but overall feel like the partnership with the Kansas Speedway is a very good one, and that ultimately it's a great environment, particularly for the teams. You know, I think each year they try to figure out how to make it a little bit more engaging for the consumer public, and we've had some dialogue about what can be done to help with very important issues like ADA and ongoing safety and things like that. But overall, I think the venue works really well. Obviously, always opportunities to fine-tune, and certainly I've had a chance to pass on some different pieces of feedback that I've received from our membership to the Royal in terms of what can make things a little bit better. But, they announced live at awards during the during the Open. The dates for 2020 will be September 16th through the 20th. So I think that's absolutely fantastic. That was some of the feedback that we had provided to them, even 2 years ago, was to really try to get ahead of it because it impacts so many people, not just the teams and the judges, but, again, as I'm really learning all facets of KCBS, I've started to learn just how much it affects other contest organizers and, teams across the country who maybe consistently have their contests on a specific date, and it might be tied in with the community festival. So, obviously, when you have a contest that is as large and as prestigious as the American Royal and also as the Jack, anytime there's changes involved to dates, that it really does have a ripple effect across the country and even across the world for our international teams. We're excited to know that they've announced.
When I was doing the show, 10 years ago or so, when it was still in the stockyards, I think I might have heard an attendance number that was in the mid sixes. I don't know if that's something that was verifiable or just a hopeful number that people were spitting out there, especially on the dark side of the tracks there. I think we were just sub 500 this year, if I'm not mistaken, in the Open. I mean, do you see a point in time where it reaches, I think that's bad English, where it achieves a similar capacity in 550 or 600 or more?
Would you like to hear what newly inducted to the Barbecue Central Show Guest Hall of Fame Emily Detweiler had to say? This is from back when she was the big boss over at KCBS. Do they have a boss anymore? Is anyone in charge over there? Is it? I should Google it. I digress. Head on over to the bbqcentralshow.com. There's a link in today's show notes to take you to the complete episode. Appreciate it if you'd go check that out. And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I am your host, John Stolberg, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.